Ladies and gentlemen, what we are witnessing today in the Middle East is not just another military confrontation. It is a war that could reshape the world. The conflict erupted on February 28, 2026, when the United States and Israel launched massive air and missile strikes on Iran, targeting nuclear facilities, military bases, and command centers across the country. Within hours, the region was engulfed in chaos. Explosions were reported in Tehran, Tabriz, Minab, and several Iranian military sites, while Iranian forces responded with missile and drone attacks across the Middle East. But this war quickly expanded beyond Iran. Missiles were launched toward Israel, U.S. bases in Bahrain, Qatar, Kuwait, and the United Arab Emirates, dragging multiple countries into the conflict. Lebanon's militant group Hezbollah also entered the war, launching attacks on Israel, while Israel responded with heavy strikes across southern Lebanon. The human cost. Behind the military headlines lies a devastating human tragedy. Early estimates suggest over 2,200 people have been killed in Iran alone, including civilians, soldiers, and senior military leaders. Among the victims were dozens of Iranian officials and military commanders reportedly killed in the opening strikes. One of the most shocking incidents occurred in the coastal city of Minab, where an airstrike reportedly hit a girls' school, killing many students and injuring dozens more. Meanwhile, retaliatory attacks have also caused casualties in Israel, Gulf states, and among U.S. forces stationed in the region. Cities across the Middle East are now experiencing sirens, explosions, and mass evacuations as civilians rush to shelters fearing the next missile strike, a war spreading across the region. What makes this conflict particularly dangerous is its regional scale. Fighting and strikes have now affected multiple areas. Iran, heavy airstrikes on military and nuclear facilities. Israel, missile and drone attacks hitting populated areas. Lebanon, Israeli airstrikes after Hezbollah joined the war. Iraq and Syria, attacks on Iran-linked militia positions. Gulf states, U.S. bases targeted by Iranian retaliation. Military analysts warn that over 1,000 strategic targets in Iran have already been hit since the war began. This scale of destruction suggests that the conflict is not a short battle, it is becoming a full regional war. The bigger global threat. The war is already affecting the entire world. The Strait of Hormuz, one of the most important oil routes on Earth, is under threat, raising fears of global economic shocks and rising fuel prices. The United Nations has warned that if the fighting continues, the Middle East could slide into a catastrophic multi-nation war. And history shows us something important. Wars in the Middle East rarely stay contained. They spread. Final thoughts. What began as a military strike is now turning into one of the most dangerous geopolitical crises of the 21st century. Thousands are dead or injured, cities are under fire, entire nations are on edge. And the most frightening question remains, is this just the beginning or the start of a much larger war?